Dimerco has produced a new China+1 Logistics and Legal Playbook with Adolfo Goddard in it, and it ties in with what you've just said. You cite the American Chamber of Commerce in China, which found that 30% of US companies manufacturing there have either considered
Mhm.
or already began relocating parts of their operations. Southeast Asia and India are leading the way. Is this your big story of 2025?
Yeah, sure, definitely. Because under China's plus one, there's a lot of manufacturers they are moving into Southeast Asia, those new countries, and during the process, start from actually 2023, we helped a lot of those companies. They are moving their production lines over there and help them to install build up the manufacture over there, and to support them for those local compliance. So with all those experience, because in the process we are also learning by doing together with our customers there. So we have accumulated some experience in that area. And this time we also work with a law firm headquartered in London to issue we call the ebook, and then to help our customers who have the global expansion needs to understand the logistics challenges and the local compliance issues, and how our experience can help them. And also for when we talk about this year, because we see those production line we helped 1 or 2 years ago, start from this year, they start to really launch the production. So they really actually have exports actually from this year, not last year, because they need time to testing everything. So from this year, we see more and more, let's say, requests out of Southeast Asia countries, especially Vietnam, as mentioned, Thailand, and Malaysia. But in the same time, you know that the infrastructure cannot compare with China. So the frequency of the airplane and also the capacity, as well as the vessel, the liners, it's really there's not that much capacity to support this kind of sudden growing for the demand over there. So we also during this year we do a lot of this kind of multimodal transportation. For example, we will move those cargo from Southeast Asia back to China, and then connect the vessel or airplane in China into US, because China still have the biggest capacity into US, including the biggest number of freighters. But because of those tariff issues, actually in China this year, the supply is more than demand. So we use this kind of, let's say, the imbalance capacity-wise. So we bring those cargo from Southeast Asia into China and then move out. So this is a kind of new solution or innovation, and it runs quite well. So we include all those our experience in that ebook. So if anyone interested, you always can find it on our website. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put a link in the notes. I did have a look through it. It's very good, Kathy. There was an interesting point there is when we think of China+1, we're often thinking about linking it to the White House policy and avoiding tariffs. But there was some good information in there about European manufacturers are making similar decisions, sometimes favoring Eastern Europe. Is there a different type of motivation for the European companies to the US? And what are the main barriers, actually? I'll add that one on.
Yeah, I think for those we call MNC customers, those multinational, those big companies, they have no issues because they have their own legal team, their compliance team, they are fully equipped. But what we see is for under this kind of situation, the most challenge is to those small, medium-sized manufacturers, because for them it's not easy that you to sourcing out of China, because over past decades that China government supported to build up the supply chain ecosystem in China. And you cannot just from one day to another to copy paste to other countries. And also, those policies always different by different countries, especially when you split the sourcing to a couple of different countries in Southeast Asia, then you need to consider the compliance in different political environment. So this is I think the challenge what we have seen for the SMEs.